Hello everyone and welcome back to the third episode of Stonehearth. We are back in Northreach trying to decide on what to build, and in between episodes I kind of went through the first month or so in the game, and we've just still been gathering resources. But I've also been laying down the groundwork of our first, I wouldn't say building, right? So over here is not really the first building. This is actually more or less the first groundwork for our first building. I mentioned how I wanted to have a little bit of a raised mine, and so we're going to move the door from this level up to here eventually, and we're also going to be building other structures on this tier as well, and we're going to be pushing them into the mountainside for the interior. And to do so, we need a raised platform, almost like a raised street. And this is kind of going to give us a good base to build off from. It's not overly detailed. It's really just, again, more a road rather than anything else. In fact, I'm gonna delete this support here because I'm worried. If you guys don't know, with the building system in Stonehearth, you can't really edit structures after they've been built. So building compounded, a structure and then editing it to add on to it later is nigh impossible. So what I'm going to do is just kind of leave it like this. We'll eventually add railings and everything, and maybe some additional bridges across, because I want to have another kind of structure hanging off this cliff face a little bit. But I think this is a decent start for our first building here on Northreach. So we're going to go ahead and start construction on this. A bunch of our laborers will kind of hop into action, and I just want to see how they do at constructing this thing. I have honestly no idea. So I'm going to actually remove these stockpiles. Now, there's a couple advantages to having this overhang like this. Number one being that we have the opportunity to do little things underneath here. I do want to have kind of a central market area kind of coming off of the mine itself. So either this is going to be like some sort of staircase here with a market. We'll have a bit of a retaining wall on this side with buildings hanging off of it and being supported. And this area will be relatively open, and then as we go more to the left and the right on each side, we'll have a structure kind of overhanging and kind of encompassing this whole plateau. So we'll see how well they do. I expect it to go pretty well. We have plenty of stone. We could probably do with some more lumber, so I'm gonna also tell them to harvest some more trees. And I know, unlike some of my other playthroughs of Timber and Stone, I'm probably building very slowly compared to normal, right? Because I want to do something different. I feel like I've built kind of the same town every time I've done this. But it's something that I need to do. Can't find any food. I'm surprised they're having trouble finding food when it says we have 205 editables. But also at the same time, I'm not surprised for some reason. We're using dark stone against this light kind of hillside here, just to kind of pop out some contrast. And these are just support pillars, right? Everything else will be a little bit more of a mixture of stone texture. This road is also pretty plain. It's totally fine. It's just a wooden kind of boardwalk almost type of thing. So yeah, a lot of them are starting to get a little upset that they are kind of living in what they deem to be kind of not very good environment. So what I might do, almost temporarily, is build a cover for the bed area. Because I kind of want it to be a little bit a little bit more varied here. So we're gonna do that. I don't want drop walls, because what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and build almost like a support structure going across here. Kind of like that for this whole area. And this might be a temporary structure. This might get removed after a while. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is I want them to have a little bit more of a comfortable living environment, I would say. So we'll go across. I think it was, what, 13 by 1? And then some little pillars to hold up the roof. Oop. So 3 and 1. Something like this. Nothing too fancy here. But just a little shelter. So we'll tell them to build this as well. They might build this one quicker than the other structure just because it's a little bit closer to our wood supplies. That's kind of to be expected, really. Let's harvest these two little things here. And Uthris, I think we finally finished a bow. We did. So there we go. He has a bow, and finally he gets to go down the road of his chosen profession. So that's great, right? He's gonna get far more happy about that. Now, you know, I still need some targets. So what makes wheat bundles? I guess it's these things, but we don't really have any wheat. So to level up our hunter, wow, I look pretty cool as a hunter. I got like some cool base armor there. Had a bland drink, had a simple drink, meal was raw, slept outside. Yeah, a lot of little issues, but that's okay. Let's start just hunting, because I'm pretty sure this will increase his level. I'm not 100% sure. It's just I would assume so. Right? If someone is you know, using their weapon, they should be gaining some sort of proficiency here. So let's see if he does. It doesn't appear so. That he is getting any sort of experience. That's concerning. For sure. Who was our cleric? Alexander Holt. We went ahead and made an herbalist staff too. So we'll go ahead and promote you to herbalist. Because we need to start getting him into a cleric. We need to get a cleric and a footman relatively quickly so that we can defend our town from any advanced kind of dangers. Okay, so let's go ahead and craft an herbalist lab and a herbalist cauldron. We can also make some bright bell seeds. We have some of those to do. Sweet potato seeds. Cotton seeds. Snow poppy, violet fertilizer. I wonder if we can buy seeds that'll help us in the long term. I don't know. We need to craft some more fuel. We need to harvest some more wood. Go and get rid of some of these stumps too, because it will provide us with a little lumber as well. Our small shelter is starting to become an actual shelter. A little weird to have ladders on people's beds, but hey, you know. People tend to do what they want in these scenarios, it seems. And we are starting to get kind of a full inventory of items. I'm gonna start like kind of storing things around this ruin, just kind of some bulk storage. Something like that. If I go over to Uthris, I'm a poacher. I am still simply not gaining any levels though. I don't really know how to solve that issue if nothing is attacking me. Well, we'll go ahead and turn off his job so that he can try and relax a little bit. Because all my people are starting to become kind of sad, you know. They've been living off sweet potatoes and small game meat, and no one to really cook it for us just yet. So it's a little rough going, I would say. Could definitely be a little bit better. So we got an iron shield. That's pretty nice. Ooh, I've gotten some XP. Definitely not a whole lot from hunting. Definitely not enough, I don't think. A lot of people are sleeping in for the night. So let's get some new trees planted around. Maybe even some cherry bushes. Okay. Go ahead and lay down the herbalist area a bit. I need a large wheat bundle. But we just have no wheat. What do I need to make a trade stall thing? Do I have that capability? I do. I just need 5 bolts of cloth. So I have to look into that. Okay, we gain a new citizen. That's good. So let's see. Can I make... Let's make a loom, because we need 1. And then we need 5 bolts of cloth. Once we place that, ball of yarn. Alright, so here is our loom. Herbs go here. Which we don't really have a whole lot of herbs yet. We haven't found many places that they grow. Let's see, is there any hostile camp yet? No. For choosing a normal difficulty, honestly, this has been fairly peaceful for us. I'm kind of surprised. One of a level 2 trapper, a level 4 farmer. We did complete the quest, by the way, to get our little crickets. So we have 2 of them. They're running around. They're just moving some good stone for us. They're really nice. They're nice little bugs. Super friendly. Storage is full. So everyone a little bit happier. Town morale is still pretty much neutral, but not, you know, I'm not seeing people really slouching around today, so it definitely is an improvement. I'm curious if they're going to be able to actually successfully build this thing. It's going to be real interesting. The mine is just about cleaned up. You can see this is really far for them to walk and build from, so the sooner we get this started and the sooner we start moving pretty much all of our goods, the better. So we're gonna get some healing herbs growing now that we have an herbalist, but not because we necessarily have an herbalist, but because of we need to level up our herbalist. Okay, this is going pretty well. Pretty well. They are building it. It is a slow process, it seems, for this construction. It's alright. You know, they can take their time with it. But you guys probably don't want to sit here and wait for them to do this, so I'm gonna be right back. Alright. It looks like they are just about done laying kind of the final roof blocks here around the mine entrance. And, you know, this will probably get fancier as we progress through the series. At least that's my plan. I don't know how well we'll succeed at that. But here we are. This is kind of the first kind of raised platform that we'll use to get up to this upper level. So that's all fine and dandy. Over here, I'm gonna call a merchant. Okay, doesn't really have anything for us. Great. Let's just sell some things, because we could use some gold, and maybe with some gold we could buy some more rare materials. I'm trying to get rid of a lot of my stone supply. We had about 700 previously. Enchanted dust. Okay, sure, I'll sell it. That's fine. I'll get rid of it. There's a couple bones. We can get rid of some bones. We kind of get enough of that in a way, and everything else looks fine. We're up to 12 people in the town, and so with that, we'll go ahead and see who we might want to change into some additional professions. Have I been able to harvest our first herbs yet? I don't think so, and without that I can't really make any tonics. Well, I can make one. So that's one bit of progress there. I think I'm making some upgraded worker outfits right now, which would be good. Our weaver is level 3, and so I need a blacksmith and a stonemason again. So let's find some people with some low HP that we could use. So Luna, you can go ahead and become the stonemason. That's fine. And then Sven's a good blacksmithing name. No, okay, I stamped it twice. He's gonna be the double blacksmith for us. Okay, so we can make some blacksmith or some stone items again. I wouldn't mind getting a wall-mounted torch. Let's get like 10 of these. Could be cool. And then over here, the blacksmith, we have so much ingots. This is not even funny. So let's make 6 bronze. We can make, I don't know, 20 copper. Could probably make, yep, 10. That's all right. And we made the mortar, the pewter mortar, right? So my herbalist, if I take a look at their inventory, do they have it? They do. It's increased their herbalist speed. Speed 71 determines health regeneration. Oh wait, speed. How fast the earthling moves. Diligence determines sleep duration. Determines engineer repair speed. Okay. So we have stonemason again. They're working. We need a new cook. So we need to find another relatively low level, turns HP kind of worker here and make a new cook, which we can do because I need to start providing them with cooked food. So savory meat stew, we're gonna maintain like 4 of these. We're gonna maintain 4 vegetable stew. I don't know why it wants to make flour. It's not a required ingredient there, so just get rid of that. Tasty bug stew, no, but we'll maintain 4 sweet potato cooked. Sweet potato. Doors and windows for sale. Nothing really interesting there. We'll hold off on that. Don't suppose we're ready there. Nope. And the cook, I believe if there's nothing for them to do, they will, you know, help out with the farm. At least that's what their default behavior does. So you never know. Next morning we'll check out the wood market stall. Anyways, now we can talk about plans for this wonderful piece of engineering that's probably gonna drive me insane at some point. Building something this big and holistic is gonna be a bit of a challenge for us. Or maybe not for you guys, but for me, it's definitely gonna be a challenge. So what I need to do, number one, there's going to be kind of a fake facade coming out. So really, I just need to determine how much interior space we're going to need. And then kind of cut into this as much as possible. Using kind of just the base mine function. If I slice and increase the size a bit. Now I have a feeling maybe these areas, this needs to be dug out a little bit so we can build a staircase eventually. We'll go ahead and just bring everything 2 deep. Around there. And that should function. In the meantime, I need to get them some ladders. This is kind of going to be some temporary supports, you know. I do want to build staircases, some proper wooden staircases to come up and down from here, but until we get a little bit more progress done, I don't think I can do that. So we're short on net worth still. If I come down, just looking at inventory space in here, we got plenty of inventory space. So this facade, it's going to be used for some just standard buildings, right? I'm not going to do the whole build everything inside the mountain. You know, I'm not going to go to the center of the mountain and build like Iron Forge. It's not going to happen. We're going to stick to kind of the surface and then also around the edge here. Because when you start digging, it's a little bit of annoying to do. There's going to be another level on the second story. It looks like each story is probably going to be 4 blocks tall. And we might do 4 blocks. Cook level 2. Nice. Already. Wow. Cook is going up quick. Alright, so we're getting some prepared food for our Hearth of Cheer. I can't call another trader in yet. And we are working on expanding the actual town a little. I might want to start building up the outer wall first too. Or maybe put some buildings on here. That might be easier than doing this side first. Could. I know on this upper tier, this is kind of where I want the craftsman places to be. So like the blacksmith, the carpenter hut, tailor, stonemason, chef. What else do we got on here? Pottery, engineer. Herbalist, those type of things. But at the very least, we'll start with the blacksmith and stonemason up here. Maybe the carpentry can be more outside. Doesn't really make sense for them to be in the mountain. Pottery can be in there. Engineer can be in there. And then the herbalist. Anything I think that's more outside oriented will be on this edge. Yes, I think that will make sense. Okay. So we have a game plan. Boom, 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 boom. Each of these is going to be 2 stories tall. As we get to the center, maybe this one and these 2 will be 3 stories. This one will be 2. This one will be 2. This one will be 2. Just so we can get some variation in terms of windows and details. And then at that point, we'll go ahead and build another level. And we'll use like the roof, because this will be like flat roof structures to kind of hold out half the roadway. And the rest of it is we're just going to cut this back a bit, I think. Kind of step up here, if that works. Okay. So now that I cut a decent amount away, I'm going to be now cutting this much. And we're gonna have to kind of individually mine these areas out. All this in the name of doing interior decorating. The nice thing about doing this though is, oh no, we'll still probably do interior wall support structures and things, so never mind. I was gonna say it kind of creates the building for us, but in reality, no. We're still gonna have to do interior details to make this thing look a little bit more supported, and we might even change the flooring as well. So let's go ahead and chip this down. Definitely gonna be pretty dwarven-like. And then I wouldn't mind, back here might be staircases to get up and down. Something like that. Yep, I think that will work for us. And we'll have some overhang maybe. But I think next episode we'll deal with that. So we're here. We're here at the end of the third episode. It slow progress initially in the first three, but again, it should pick up as we get more and more people, and maybe also hopefully the story picks up a little bit. We're just not being under attack, and that kind of makes my character a little worthless in a way. He's not really getting any XP, and we don't really have wheat to make a training area for him, so we'll see how it all works out. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the episode, feel free to subscribe for more creative goodness such as this. Hit that like button, leave a comment down below if you want to join the town and hopefully survive to the end. And with that, I'll see you all in the next video.